So today is a very different episode. I've heard a lot of people on Twitter be like, everybody's going to Canada. Everybody's going to Canada. It's why everybody went to Canada. And then there are people who, after my 5 years in Canada, I still get, I want to come to Canada. Help me. I want to come to Canada. Help me. But the truth is, Canada is not for everybody. That's true. That's true. However, I'm not talking from the sense of why is everybody running to Canada, because I think if you have a dream, you should pursue it. But in this video, we're going to be coming for all the people who think they just want to, in quote Nigerian terms, jackpot, just want to run, but you haven't thought about the journey in front of you. So let's talk about that a little bit and why you may consider, or might reconsider coming to Canada, at least in my own opinion. And please come for me if you think I'm wrong in the comments. I encourage unpopular opinions. Just be nice. Just be nice. Sit tight. Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Janie Booz, aka Janie of Canada, and on this channel we'll talk about everything life as a professional immigrant. If you're new, where you bit? Now where you bit? So please subscribe, because all we have is juicy content on here and an amazing energy, so you don't want to miss out on this. That's the button right there. All right, here, who knows, you know, so press it. And if you're subscribed and returning, thank you, I've missed you. So this video is a little different from most of my educational videos because many of you know I run a newcomer career coaching business as well, so I get a lot of inquiries about coming to Canada. But I have worked with a lot of people too who are looking to move to Canada, and I have kind of assessed and spoken to people and spoken to friends who have been around in the world, and there's some people who really thrive in their newcomer journey, and there are people who may need to have thought about it well. So let's talk a little bit about those people and people who may not do well in Canada. Let's get into it. The first type of person who would have to rethink Canada is people who don't follow rules. Listen, I'm a rule breaker myself, but when there's big punishment attached, I'm just like, give yourself a break, have some sense. So if you're just like, for instance, like in Canada, those type of rules are you can't drink and drive. I know bare men that came out before me. When I was in Lagos, I used to do like 15 shots and do third mainland. That's great though, but here you can't do things like that. I know people who have gotten into serious trouble, revoked their license. Some people have been sent back for things like that. I remember when I first got my license in Canada, because I used to drive back home in Nigeria, so I only needed to transfer my license, so I didn't need to go through driving school here. But I did the knowledge test. In mind, I'm like, I'm just doing this test to do the test. Yeah, we're done. Until one time in winter, I had parked next to what's it called, a loading zone, and I came back to a ticket of $450. I fought that thing everywhere, but the truth is I still had to pay some money. Thank God just helped me, because it was my first ticket and I ended up paying $70. Big miracle there. You better believe in Jesus. However, ignorance is not an excuse. Like if you struggle with like ABC, you want to do Z, X, Y, Z, rethink it. Number two type of person that you need to rethink this whole journey is if you don't have thick skin, if you're not tenacious enough. You feel a whole lot. Like people will embarrass you, people will laugh at you. So if you're the kind of person that takes things to heart a lot, it go hard. It's gonna be a little tough. So again, there's that depression that might come with being a newcomer and being lonely. So thick skin. On that same topic of thick skin, the next one type of person that needs to rethink this journey is people who are not able to ask for help. Sorry, I just like to show the shoulders, like, you know who I am back home, my country. Well, my daddy. Yeah, so you have to ask for help, because Canada will humble you. Like, there's also the people on the flip side too, not of the proud people, but people who are just like, I don't want to stress people. I'm used to doing things on myself because I've gotten hurt a lot of times, so I don't want to put myself in that situation. That's totally fine, sister, brother, but you have to pick yourself up back and be able to open your mouth and ask for help. Because first of all, quick story. I remember when I came to Canada, we have to have Google Maps. I'll put the address I'm going to, I'll look at the bus, I'll be like, okay, 45. I'm getting on the 45. Then I entered the bus, and then I'm going, and Google Maps is, the arrow is going the opposite way. I'm like, hey. So it turns out there's something called north, east, west, south. So you can be in a bus going east instead of going west, but your mind is 45. And until I learned to say, hey, quick question. If I'm going to Kipling Station, what bus should I be on? It's better to ask that question than to be 30 minutes late for something like an interview because you did not open your mouth and that's going to help, right? So that's just one example then. But there's also different things at work, in school. If you're an international student, ask for help. You don't understand what the professor said. You don't know what timelines and the penalties for things are. Ask your teammates for help. Hey, my favorite type of people. These the people who don't know how to unlearn and unlearn stuff. So all this so for me it's kind of a struggle because a lot of my friends now are older, like by 10-20 years. So a lot of them have older kids, and so sometimes you move to Nigeria with that perspective that people who are Nigerian call you auntie. No, there's no seniority. Your name is Elizabeth. I'm calling you Elizabeth. It don't get me wrong. It might be tough for me at first because where I'm from, I have to call you auntie. However, in Canada, especially if you're not like family, you don't call people aunties, right? So that is the difference. And so if you're the one who get mad at people for not respecting you, if you're the kind of people like, I know how to drive, it's been working for me a certain way. I put my hand like this. So I used to be that person. I know I'm still that person, but I'm learning. You put your hand on the steering like this, put your leg up, See, you have to learn certain behavior because there are huge penalties for those type of misdemeanors, okay? The one that's actually very serious is people who kind of are abusive. I luckily haven't encountered this, but like if you read my homegirl, Niger Girl in Canada, they highlight stories of immigrants in Canada. I see a lot of crazy things, like somebody says A to you, you give them bish, you like hit people. You're going to go to jail. Exactly. It's not the one where you're from that they will be getting community gatherings to settle the fight between you and your girlfriend. Nah, bro. Like there's penalties for things like that. So if you are abusive, if you have an anger issue, sort those things out before you pack your suitcases, because if they come out or show out here, well, I don't have bail money. If you're not patient enough, things take a whole
2,000 years later.
Here. I remember moving here and I thought the banking system would be better than Nigeria. I don't think it's better than Nigeria. There's a whole lot of stuff you can do in Nigeria with your bank that you still can't do here. Like you can text and send money. Here you have to go through emails, interact. It's just long, but a lot of their processes are slow. Receiving healthcare, even though it's very free, I love that fact, it's actually sometimes slow. There are new apps now where you can get healthcare on demand, like the TELUS Health, PC Health, and all of that. But typically, if you're going to get a doctor, to get your own family doctor, you can be on a wait list for a long time. And again, you need prescription for everything. My favorite people that we need to talk. These people, the most religious and judgy people who are like, they're going to hell just because I did a little twerk on the Instagram. You're judging me? Well, let's talk about you. Because I remember when I first moved, I'm like Christian, but if you know me, I'm very open-minded. And I was like, was it Pride Week or something? And I saw this one guy in like really skimpy clothing and all, and like in Nigeria you will never see things like that. And like when people are just like, okay girl, you look good, and I saw this one Nigerian auntie, just her face was like she was going to blow and she was going to say something. Thank God she didn't, because hate speech is a definite no. There is the LGBTQ2+S community that you have to be very respectful of. It's very live and let live. So you can also impose. If you're the type of people that like to impose your opinion on people, this is what Jesus said. If you don't repent before now, you're going to hell. Hey, and on this one, usually people just learn on their own, because and that's why it's to have a safe space. I usually say, start in like school, you have a small circle of people, because imagine you go through things like that in a workplace. This is grants for firing. So if you're judgy, too religious, that person is going to hell. That's the start. She shouldn't be wearing that. Turn all of that, please. Turn it down. If you're, I don't know if this is like you shouldn't come to Canada, but it's something to note before you come to Canada. It's like dating. If you're single, and single with intention, please. Dating is hard. It's not very easy, especially if, speak for myself, when I was single, it's like people who you can't just really meet people. People are very reserved in this side of the world. Like when you go to a party and you go with friends, you usually stay in that circle of friends. You all are just dancing around. It's like the bravest of the bravest of the bravest guys that will walk into that circle to try to say hey to one girl. But I did find them talking to black girls a lot, to be honest, too. So hey, that's another story. But a lot of people have to resort to like dating apps. So if you're also very traditional and like, please, I'm not doing a dating app, that's gonna be tough. Then there's a bunch of services now springing up. I think Let's Be Friends on Instagram started. My girl Lola started like something about matching new professional immigrants and newcomers who are looking for friends or looking for dating. But it's not very easy, especially if you're looking for somebody who has certain values as you. If you're a Christian, I know being Christian myself, it was very important to date somebody who's Christian and holds Christian values. So again, there's now more of a melting pot of people from different cultures, which is amazing. But on the same side, if you're looking for somebody who has the same values as you, it's just a little tougher. So that's something to note. Again, speaking on the topic of relationships and friendships, a lot of fake best friends. A lot of fake best friends. So I remember, so Canadians are interesting. When I first moved, because I love having friends. I was looking, you're starting at fresh, so you're looking to make friends and all of that, and then somebody would be like, hey girl, your energy is so amazing. Can we go party? And then you go party with them, and they're like, when you're drunk, and they're like, oh my god, hey best friend, let's take a picture. And then you guys are like, oh my, you're like, I have a best friend. And then the next morning you're texting your best friend, and your best friend is not replying you. So anyway, so that is something to note, because it's harder to make friends. So usually as an international student, I was blessed to have friends of other cultures with other immigrants and understood the hustle. So keep that in mind. So if you're, I need friends to survive, start making your plans before you come. The second to the last point is, if you are, I'm too bougie, can't get my hands dirty. You need money, because you won't be able to do things, because you need to DIY yourself. And if you're not also very techy, or you don't want to learn tech, I know my mom is always like, I'm too old to learn this new technology. Sis, man, if you're one of those people, it's going to be hard, because a lot of things are very expensive to get done. Again, think about it, we're in a pandemic, people are working from home. You will have to create your office space by yourself. So you need to be able to use tech, use your hands, do a lot of DIY, because Canada will humble you. So if you don't know how to do yourself, you're used to housemaid, houseboy, it's man, person for clothes, person for shoe, person for hair. That's gonna be tough. Like baby girl life, baby boy life is gonna be tough for a little bit, right? And the last piece, really, because I'm trying to be mindful of time, is obviously, this one's very obvious. If you are somebody that doesn't do well with code, just don't bother. The UK have opened their borders now. Actually, I'll talk about that in another video. The UK has opened their borders now, so don't do Canada. It's kind of cold, especially when you're just moving, especially if you don't have a lot of money starting out, where you can get yourself a car that can have a remote starter that you can heat, so that your small code that will touch you like this. There's days you're waiting for the bus and you can't feel your fingers. You're like, you're trying to move this finger, but it's not working. So I know that this video has been very cheeky. It's all fun and banter, really. However, on a serious note, these things I've talked about is very serious. Like if you're a student and you're not doing well in school, talk to somebody, ask for help. Don't just feel like you can wing it. You can do this yourself, because you'll be out of status soon, and that will be detrimental. And so I know that if you're watching this, you're probably not any of the people we listed earlier on, and you're well on your way to surviving in Canada, and I wish you all the very best. I'll see you on the next video. If you have any comments, let me know. If you like it, if you loved it, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a blessed day.